I don't know if you can see this, but it's 4 a.m. right now, and I just had to get this off my mind. You know, people talk a lot about online money, all right? They say it's the way to go, right? They talk about drop shipping, they talk about trading, they talk about Amazon FBA. Now, recently, it's been high ticket sales. Now, I'm here to tell you the truth about high ticket sales and what it actually entails on a day to day basis and what it actually looks like long term. I think everyone's glamorizing high ticket sales way too much, giving way too high expectations for what it actually entails. First, to start off, if you don't know what high ticket sales is, I have tons of other videos on it, but a little rundown. You're basically selling creators courses, so it would be an info product, and you make a commission on each sale. You're basically like the middleman between a creator's course and a customer. I've been in high ticket sales for quite a while now, right? And I've seen people try and fail, and I've seen people try and succeed, right? And I've succeeded myself. So I understand what it takes in order to see the success that you want, but I also understand what skills are required in order to see that success. Now, if you're the type of person to just quit after like 1 or 2 days on something, this is not for you whatsoever. Click off of this right now. High ticket sales is going to require a lot of outreach and effort. When I get on an offer in high ticket sales, a job, it's going to take hundreds, if not thousands, of outreach messages to sales managers. Not only this, but the amount of mock calls, which is like role playing and like practicing your tonality and script work and stuff like that. The amount of actual reps in mock calls it takes to become sufficient enough to land an offer, it's a lot. Now, obviously, you can fast track your success with something like a mentorship, but if you don't have the money for it and you just want to go down the free route, this is something that will take a lot of time and a lot of effort. Another skill slash like character trait that's definitely required to get into the high ticket sales space is having a non-victim mindset. Now, I've seen a lot of people get into the high ticket sales space on their own and ultimately end up failing. And this is just because they have a victim mindset. What this actually looks like in practice is not believing that anything is in your control and the world's out to get you and you're just gonna lose because that's just how it is. In high ticket sales, everything needs to be up to you, right? If you don't close a call, that's on you. It's not on the setter. It's not on anything else. It's on you. If you set a call and it doesn't close, that's on you. You can't change anything except for the inputs that you put in. If you're not putting in 200 DMs a day, you're not going to land an offer. If you're not doing 10 mock calls a day, you're not going to land an offer, right? If you're not making your loom meticulously for hours on end, you're not going to land an offer. It's all up to you and your input. You can't leave anything up to chance, and you have to cut out anything that doesn't serve you in terms of mindset. What this looks like in practice, right? Like, let's say you send out 200 DMs and nobody responds to one of them. That is on you. You need to fix your outreach. You need to fix your loom. If you guys are having trouble with your loom, by the way, you can go join my Discord. It's free. There's a tutorial in there. But it's all up to what you do. Nothing should be up to like the universe. It's all up to you. On a day-to-day basis, high ticket sales is a grind. It really, really is. For reference, when I was really in the beginning stages and grinding my ass off to try and make a name for myself, I would wake up at 9 a.m. and I would work till about 7 p.m. I would go to the gym. I'd get home around 9 or 10 and I would work till 2 a.m. and then I would go to bed. That was the routine that I had set for months at a time to try and get ahead in the offer that I was in, because at the end of the day, the only person that's going to advocate for yourself is you. So no, like high ticket sales is definitely not some get rich quick scheme, but there's definitely a few things that you need to note in terms of how valuable it is to get into. A lot of people see high ticket sales for face value, right? Like it becomes something that's just a input, output, make money. But it's really a lot bigger than that. People don't understand that if you are entrepreneurial, right? If you have an inkling of interest in starting a business, this is the best way to get into it. I mean, think about it logistically, right? You go and sell for a company that you really want to learn. You want to learn AI automation so bad, right? You want to learn it so bad. That's like your goal. Go learn high ticket sales and start selling for an AI automation offer, right? You learn the back end, you learn how money goes in, you learn how money goes out. Sometimes they just give you the course for free, so you just get paid to learn. Not only this, but you meet like-minded people, right? If your offer manager is good, if your sales manager is good, they're going to share their secrets with you. They're going to share what they know about the business model. Then just go start a competitor. Not only this, but if you think about it logistically, every single business has sales in it, right? You can't name a single one that doesn't. Even the dentist's office asks you if you want fluoride, right? That is in there for a reason. That is a sales tactic that they are required to say. If you learn this skill, like, I think about personally entrepreneurship as stacking skills. That's the stage I'm in personally right now, right? Sales, you have to think about that as like laying concrete. That is the first layer. That is the best possible thing that you can learn before all these other skills like product marketing, whatever else. As it stands, high ticket sales is at $300 billion market cap, and it is growing to $700 billion by 2030 at a 26.4 year over year growth rate. So it's safe to say, even if you just want to get into high ticket sales for the quick money, it's going to be there and it's going to start growing. Now, obviously, as you go on and you get better at sales, it's going to become a lot more smooth. In the starting like 2-ish months, everything's going to be a little bit rocky, especially if you're on your own without a mentor. Everything's going to be very, very rocky. You're not going to understand why you're asking certain questions. You're just going to be asking them. You're not really sure what to do in certain situations. I wouldn't say it becomes easier, but the tools almost become lighter in your hands, right? You know what to say to a lead when they ask you X question. You know what to do in this scenario. You know how to book people very smoothly. It all becomes a very natural process to you, right? Like any other skill. It's really up to you how fast you want to learn that skill. It's like anything else. If you put 8 to 12 hours into it a day for a whole month, you're going to become pretty damn good at that skill. Right? And the reason I advocate for high ticket sales so heavily is just because I believe anyone can get into it. You can get into it. I got my friend into high ticket sales and he made $1,200 yesterday. Right? That guy has no business making $1,200 yesterday, but he did because he's no different from you, right? So why can't you kill? There's literally no reason not to. You guys need to open your minds, right? You need to think about yourself as no different from the guy that's making $1 billion a year, right? You guys got the same amount of time. You're both humans. You both breathe oxygen. He just put his time into a different vehicle than you. Instead of scrolling reels, he's just doing work. That's literally all it is. And his work isn't crazy. He's probably sitting in front of a spreadsheet or he's just brainstorming. Like, it's those type of things that you got to change up in your routine in order to become successful. But I want you guys to know this. Like I mentioned in all my videos, my biggest mission is to make as many people as much money as I possibly can. Right? So you can do it too. I know you can. And if you want to get started, hit my DMs. I'm literally open. I'll answer any questions you guys have because I just want to see you guys win. That's literally it. Right? Because I know that the person on the other side of this camera, you, have no reason not to get into high ticket sales, right? It's just this thing. It's the nog. It's the mind. You can kill, bro. I know you can. There's no doubt in my mind.